And welcome back, everyone. We are live with session 19 of Raven's Purge for Forbidden Lands. How about that? You survived the
Woohoo!
Stoneloom Mines. Barely. Limpingly, for some of you.
I was just literally about to say that. Fucking barely.
Limping out of the Stoneloom Mines.
Some of us literally, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think Celestial and I are still down a foot each.
well, not take. I mean, I don't know how to. It says severed foot in the rule description, but you can still limp around, so clearly there's something to walk on.
So a couple of severed toes.
Yeah, I'd go with that.
We're down a couple of toes.
You're down a couple of toes, yeah.
Yeah.
To demons that chop them off, quite simply. But before we get to the synopsis, how about we say hello to the audience? Starting with Josh, as usual.
Hey folks, Josh, and playing Braynar, the half-elf sorcerer.
Hey guys, I am Jess, and I am playing Frida, the bloody demon slayer wolfkin fighter.
And Chris will join us in a moment. Meanwhile, Michaela.
I am Michaela. I'm playing Big. Hopefully, I'll keep everyone out of trouble, but maybe get myself into some in the process.
Exactly. And B will not be joining us tonight, unfortunately. That's the time of the year, apparently, when work intercedes, etc. Alas. Though I'm sure that Brennar will be happy of less Celestial Passage nagging about
Always nice.
his virtues. Yeah, exactly. So, Hellhag Productions have done the overlays and much graphics. Thank you. Also, this show is rated R. I describe this as a fantasy western as if directed by Tarantino. Audiences should thus keep that in mind and adjust expectations accordingly regarding content warnings and such. So, synopsis for last session. Who wants to do it? B usually does this, but now someone else will have to pick up the mantle. Everybody's just shaking their heads. Do I have to do this? Okay, I'll do it because everybody else is quiet. That's fine. It's fine. So you had been doing 3 full sessions of Stoneloom Mines, and we're upon your 4th, and that one saw a climactic ending. You had an interesting conversation with a mother-turned abyssal worm, who in turn had an interesting conversation, an interesting idea of how to save you all from her demonically possessed daughter, namely by eating you. Apparently, that was not something that you entirely were wholeheartedly supporting. So it came to swordplay again. And you managed to, in fact, defeat her. And found something inside her.
Wolfkin tend to eat other people. They don't get eaten.
That's the predator and prey cycle right there. Though there's always something bigger up there, and apparently, abyss worms can have wolfkin on the menu, if you will. So, at any rate, that's what she tried to do. It didn't end well for her. And then you had to somehow get through the rest of the mines and crawled through the hole that this abyss worm created to find yourself on the other side of a barred iron gate and try to get through and out. The road was blocked by the demonic mass in question, and, well, it came to a confrontation with the demonic child herself that very nearly killed some of you. Yeah, Frida. Celestial Passage was broken yet again. Again, his feet. Several dwarfs died in the process of making this climax. In fact, only Ulm is left of all the dwarves that you found down there.
Frida
And
got well and truly scared for the first time.
But eventually, you did manage to defeat that demon child as well, and return to the surface, and that's pretty much where we left off. You have a new shiny sword that was very helpful in a lot of ways. And not much else, to be honest. No great treasure chest, no scepter that you were looking for all along. But some secrets of the Stoneloom Mines uncovered, and Ulm, of course, being quite despairing, given what happened to his kin, basically. And that's where we left off. Hi, Chris, welcome back.
Hey there.
So yes, that's where we're at, and it's you staggered and sort of limped back to camp where Mog was still with all your horses, and that's where we are. You took a bit of a rest. It's about noon now because you've been sleeping for a quarter day after, or resting in various ways, and that's where we are, on top of the mountain outside the Stoneloom Mines.
Excellent.
Yep.
So we went ahead and rested for a quarter day, you mentioned?
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
This would be noon now, and yeah, right now it's really much up to you what to do with the rest of the day.
I'm
you have
going to
your
repair
tents.
my wits.
I guess some of you have several different damage tracks to manage.
I think Frida just had the wits. What we discussed earlier, Mikkel, does she simply wake up with that?
Yeah,
Okay.
that sounds reasonable.
So Frida wakes up and she goes to the nearest water source, I guess, to get a drink or what have you, and sees herself in the reflection, and you hear a screech come from the wolfkin. What the hell is this? And when she turns back to you, she has gone from a shaggy light brown to completely pure white. How did this happen? Did I get like unknowingly cursed down there? What the fuck is this?
I thought it was just the mushrooms.
No, there are no mushrooms on me.
You're on mute, Chris.
Yeah, apparently if I have Zoom minimized, my unmute doesn't work. Yeah, we were facing demons, so it's possible some sort of corruption seeped in. I mean, you were up close and personal with them for, several engagements.
Well, that's just great. The unwilling dye job. Lovely.
I can let Big roll lore or healing check to figure out what this was.
Maybe when we get back to civilization, somebody can find a way to dye it back to a normal color, just like you would dye fabric.
I think it looks good.
I'm assuming that would something I would have to continue to do. Is this permanent?
I will see what Big has to say about it. Where did the roll go?
I think she's just finding her skill.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we should take stock of what we have available. I know I broke a couple of bows. I don't know how the rest of our equipment is faring. I don't know how we're doing for food and water.
Food and water might need an update. We may need to do some hunting. But I got shiny new weapons, so.
Mm-hmm. A shiny new weapon, in fact.
Speaking of which, did that speak to me at all while I was sleeping?
Apparently not, no.
Okay.
Okay, so for Celestial, fully fine with food and water. D10 arrows and D8 torches, but that's not going to be terribly important right now. Mog, I haven't actually rolled her food and water since you've been down there. You've been down there for how long? It's been 2 or 3 days?
Yeah, I think I got it down to 3 days.
Yeah, so I rolled her food, that's fine. Water, it's also fine. And that's really all that she needed to worry about. Ulm, your friendly dwarf who is sitting there and basically just staring into the distance. He's clearly not happy with his life right now. I think he was down a little bit on food, arrows, torches. He never had any, so he has a D10 of both food and water and a D8 of arrows.
Okay. Well, I'm out of arrows. My bow is broken. I broke Celestial's bow as well. I've got a spear. I think maybe we should see if we can't get ourselves into slightly better shape before we head back towards some sort of civilization.
Can we make some arrows with things around us?
If you have Fletcher. The eternal issue of talents. I think it's the Fletcher talent. I go into... let's see now. Where is it? Is it Bowmaker? It might be Bowmaker. Bowyer.
Doesn't Brainer have that?
Conveniently, I do.
You do have Bowmaker, so that can help you make bows. I don't see it says that you can make arrows with it. In gear, it will be listed in gear, and that will tell us what you need to make the thing. Trade goods, there we go. That's what we need. Arrows.
Yeah.
You require smith and bowyer. That's what you do.
Yeah, and we need access to a forge.
Yes, and the knife.
Well, I've got the knife, I don't have the forge, and I have both of the talents.
That's great. Takes a quarter day to make one resource die per arrow. That's with an iron head. With a wooden head, you only need the talent of bowyer and the knife. So you can actually spend a quarter day and make one die step of wooden-headed arrows. Only those don't really go through armor that well.
Yeah, so I can make
Better
some wooden
than
arrows. They're not stone-tipped.
I mean, it'll do for sure.
Provided that you have one wood. Do you have one wood? You can chop some.
I can get us some wood.
Yeah, it's not too hard around here.
No.
You're right in the middle of a forest. Well, you're in the mountains that are surrounded by forest, to be precise.
Rita has an axe, so.
Now, to get wood, it will take a little while. So that seems to suggest that you're going to stay here for the afternoon and maybe not move out until the next day?
Yeah. I mean, we took care of the demon problem, so.
Mog is a little bit restless. She'll say this area is known for being cursed, so people don't come up here very often. That's a good thing. But
They're not wrong.
they're not wrong. I understand that from your tales, but it's still in the middle, or I should say, right on the border between Aesir and Urher lands. So we still don't want to stay too long.
Quick tech question.
Mhm.
How do we make our character sheets a little bit bigger? I.e., looking at the bottom of like wits and empathy. Can't seem to resize the screens.
I don't know.
Unmute again, Chris.
Oh, the skills. Yeah, I think you maybe you
Yeah.
can just drag. No, you can't.
What I had to do is I had to resize my browser down to like 90%, and then I got my full character sheet.
Huh. There you go.
Okay,
Starting with the
testing it
keys.
now.
Yeah, that's good. Fixing that. Oh, because you can't actually access the skill, can you? Oh, the healing. Yeah. Okay. Because I can see to access, if you want me to roll for big for the moment.
Yeah, do that. Just so we don't slow things down anymore.
Sure. Alright. That's a success. You'll get a chat message.
All right. Well, while Frida is collecting wood, I would actually like to train and learn the talent.
Sure.
Can I make that might roll to get an extra resource of wood? Because I think I get one automatically, but because of Frida's strength, I usually am able to roll to try and get a second one.
Yes, I suppose I rolled with that. Sure, so Soren is training. Frida is harvesting wood that Brennar will then use to make some arrows that are better than nothing. I guess Mog or I guess Celestial Passage can be on the lookout if he doesn't need to heal up.
Frida's apparently pissed off because I'm just going to it. I got 4 successes.
Okay, I'll give you an extra wood for that. So I'll give you 3 wood for a short period of time of working.
Apparently, she's still pissed off about the dye job.
Yep. The question is, who should be
I
keeping
don't know.
watch? Should it be
Looking at it, it
Mog or
looks like you got
Celestial?
scared.
I don't get scared.
Well, you got scared, and you've seen shit that'll turn people's hair white, apparently. So
I killed it. So you're saying this is my body's way of processing the demonic shit I saw?
apparently, or trying to blend into the sky so you can run away easier.
All right.
It does remind me, though, when we get back to civilization, we should see if any of the elves or the orcs, whoever we're going to deal with, knows if there's anything that we can do to fix Frida and Celestial Passage's foot.
Yeah, because the dye job's not so bad. Limping is a pain in the ass.
I mean, I'm sure Brainerd could probably carve you like a very nice-looking wooden foot that we could attach with some straps and stuff.
Strap on toes.
Thinking more like a pirate peg, you know.
We did say this was a Tarantino film.
Yeah, that's why the foot fetish came out right away, and now we're talking about strap-ons. This is great. I love it.
I think ideally, if we're going to replace it with a pig, we're going to have to like amputate it at the knee, maybe. I've never seen a pig foot.
Fuck that. A couple of toes is one thing. You're not taking my whole goddamn fucking leg. No.
It'll ruin the whole aesthetic if you don't have, consistency.
I don't give a fuck about aesthetic.
In our
I
culture,
am your fucking fighter.
In our culture, says Mog, we wear our battle scars with pride.
So an open-toed sandal?
Battle scars is one thing. A physical impediment when I'm trying to kick somebody's ass is another, especially one that's, not from battle. I didn't lose the whole leg in battle.
We do not have any such sorcery, but then we don't like sorcery at all. No offense, Brennar, but...
None taken. It's okay. Sorcery's got a bad name. I'm trying to fix that.
You know that we were the front soldiers against Ziggopher's hordes before the Blood Wars, before the Blood Mist, during the Alder Wars. So, yes, sorcery has a very bad name among us. And we're not too keen on druids either. She glances towards Celestial, seeing as those were the tools of the elves to keep us under check.
It's a good thing that you hired us then with our sorcerer and our druid.
Well, yes, there is something to be said for being pragmatic.
That's why they outsource this sort of thing, so they don't have to have it in-house.
Oh, there you go.
That's okay. Nobody likes Wolfkin.
Nope.
I'm not sure if we should stick to our old ideas about such things anymore.
So, harvesting of wood and training and such, that takes quarter day, correct? So I technically
Yes.
can't start working on it till it gets back.
That's correct.
Okay, Brainer's gonna take another nap.
Sounds good to me.
If it's all right, I would like to rank of Path of the Hymn, if I can. I think that's the one we talked about.
Yeah, that's you training then for that quarter day. And that's not a problem at all. That means... So who is keeping watch right now? Is that Mog or Ulm or Celestial?
Most likely Celestial, because Celestial usually has the spyglass and all that.
This is true. I can roll for Celestial without too much trouble. In case something bad is on the way. You never know in these areas. The likelihood is not too high. But... And he has the spyglass that gives him a +2, I think. Yeah, he'll be able to warn you if something wicked comes. He's standing on a slightly elevated place and looking around with the spyglass, and from some angles it's just so much easier to see everywhere because it's just, you're on a height, which gives the spyglass a great deal of power for the one who uses it. And that leaves Ulm and Mog, who currently aren't terribly occupied with anything much. I guess Ulm will use it to rest, because still hurt.
Did we inquire to Mog to go hunting by chance?
You could do that. She's not terribly good at that, mind you. She is not really an outdoors type of person.
She could always stay in and carve some, toe figurines for our friend.
After I've done practicing, I can go hunting.
Okay.
Sounds good. Yeah. And that's actually a fairly calm afternoon after all that terror of the caves, of the mines, that you've been through. Just, it's a slight drizzle again. It's spring in the mountains. The clouds are hanging low over the mountains, and sometimes you're so engulfed with them that you're in the thick of a mist. But it comes and goes during the day. But so far you're just completely undisturbed, which is such a nice contrast to that. Maybe it's even eerie. You've been on edge for days, and now you can just seemingly relax. It's this place that was so filled with a sense of foreboding when you arrived is now a place of rest and recuperation for you. It's interesting what a few days can do.
This is peaceful.
Yes, it is. And I'm sure that the outdoors persons in particular will enjoy this.
So when Frida comes back from collecting wood, I'll pick up my spear and go hunting and seeing what I can find.
For sure. That will be... Then you're into the evening.
Yeah. So Frida comes back with like several armloads of wood.
Yep. She does
I
indeed.
might have went a little overboard.
You did feel freaking angry.
Yeah,
And
she was pissed off.
Getting that release and getting that, being able to hack on anything felt really good. Were
The
you
physical exertion without the violence and fear.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Were you keeping the special sword right now?
She would not let it leave her side. It would be on her. It would be hilted, but it would still be attached to her.
Yep, I kind of figured, but just wanted to be sure.
Yeah, so Frida brings that back, and she sits down and goes, "Yeah, I might have went a little overboard, but lots of arrows."
And with that, Brainerd begins to whittle away. He takes his knife off of our lovely mule that was left out here at the camp.
Yep.
And goes ahead and starts that.
And of course, that's gonna give some results for you.
I'm gonna push.
You probably don't need to push that because you already succeeded.
It's looking for the willpower, to be honest.
Yeah. But you can only push when it actually adds something to the roll. I'm not sure that crafting does that. Let's have a look just to see.
In the meantime, while Brainard is getting his knife out, I'm gonna grab my bear trap off the horse and my spear and go and see what I can find.
Say again? I didn't quite catch that.
I'm gonna grab my bear trap off the horse and my spear and go see what I can find.
Indeed.
So you said it's wits to try and roll to learn cold-hearted?
Yes. So you're trying to learn a new talent, and that will be.
Okay. So I will roll my wits.
With your wits is not broken, right? It's just damaged.
It's not even damaged anymore.
Okay.
I slept.
Yeah, a quarter day of practice and a successful wits roll. So that means that you're spending the evening doing that.
This place is so cursed. There's not even any game.
That appears to be the play, the situation. Yeah.
Can you push that, Chris?
You can.
Yeah, but I don't want to damage myself or break my bear trap.
That's fair.
Yeah, the bear trap is going to take some damage from that.
I'm gonna push because that was crappy.
Okay, that was crappy.
There's no skulls though, so I wouldn't damage myself. Correct?
That's
Unless
correct.
I get one on the next
Unless you get no one now. Yeah, exactly.
and I only get one dice to push with.
No, you get both.
Do I?
Yeah,
Oh.
for sure.
I succeeded.
Yeah, you did succeed. But the other one might be a skull, so it might give you some willpower.
Do you want me to roll another one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just in case.
Why did it do that?
I have no idea. It rolled nothing.
Maybe I forgot to put the 1 back in?
Maybe.
There we go.
There you go. Okay, so you do learn the talent Cold-Hearted on the first level.
No, I don't need to make those damn empathy rolls.
That's correct. You still need to pay the empathy and the willpower point, though.
Do I?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just don't have to make the rolls.
Yes. And the higher you go on that talent, the less it costs you. And when you have when you have Cold-Hearted level 3, you're in fact a psychopath who gains empathy from killing people, if I recall correctly.
The way shit's going, freedom might get there.
So yeah, it's a brutal talent, cold-blooded. So rank 3, you recover a point of lost empathy when you perform a coup de grace. Yes. But we'll see.
So after some work,
After
some work, I go ahead and give the arrows over to.
To me,
Yes.
Soren. Yay.
Sorry, Soren.
Thank you very much. Sorry, I couldn't find any food, and then I hit the side.
Speaking of which, you all have to eat today as well.
Yeah. I rolled
Sorry,
mine
that
already.
I hit that like 3 times. I didn't realize I was doing that.
That's okay. Yeah. Yes. You have to eat and drink. And in fact, you are ravenous. You will require to roll twice for both food and water. That's how hungry and thirsty you are today.
Yay, trail rations.
I think I'm going to let Celestial sleep during this quarter day, because he does need to regain agility as well. And Ulm can do some scouting, or not, because he's terrible at that. I'll let Mog do the scouting for you, because she's actually pretty good at that.
That I think anyone needs it, but I think we discussed this before. Rations I make don't carry over the empathy thing, right? It's only when it's fresh food.
That's a good question. I have no idea, to be honest.
We discussed this before, but I can't remember what the result was.
I don't know that the chef talent says that it would expire.
It doesn't specifically.
No, however, it immediately recovers a point of lost empathy. So yes, it's just when it's fresh.
Okay.
So it does say so.
It's that whole warm comfort food feeling.
But you're not cooking now because you've been training to get
No,
cold-blooded.
and we've got no
You've
food.
been doing an introspection, so
Yeah, we've got nothing to cook.
yeah, exactly.
Frida looks a little meaner than she used to. Maybe it's the white hair.
Yeah,
I mean, I could make some
again,
birch bark tea or something, but
Jess, you will need to roll once more for both food and water because you are not sated yet. Even though you took one typical ration, you're still hungry and thirsty.
Is that just her or all of us?
Nope, just her.
Anybody else notice that Frida's like gobbling down food like there's no tomorrow?
It probably has something to do with the white hair.
It probably has something to do with we just literally fought for our fucking lives and haven't eaten in 3 days.
You haven't eaten
I
in
am-
3 days?
2 feet taller than the rest of you. And probably 100 pounds heavier.
I would much rather her eat the rations than one of us. So this is fine. I'm fine with this.
True.
Mog
just-
will
I'm-
be...
I'm just gonna say she's the one that got bitten by an undead thing.
And her being hungry, as far as my educated medical opinion, is a good sign that she's not starving for brains or anything.
All right, I will defer to your wisdom on this.
Don't worry, Soren. I'll eat your brain last.
What about me?
I assume you're just gonna take control of my undead body.
Not there yet.
Good to know that's an option, though.
Celestial will glare at you. Soren this time, because he suggested it. She will have a proper burial, I'm sure he would say.
Are you gonna
Yes.
be the one to eat my heart? They've all seen a proper Wolfkin burial at this point, because she did win the first time they met her.
I promise that that should you fall in battle, we will make sure that your heart is properly devoured. And then Frida's not looking. I'm like, I will say the words to appease her, but no. And she'll be dead, so she won't know. Alright, I am going to get a good night's sleep.
So who's going to stay up and keep watch?
I'll keep watch, as I've technically slept twice this day. And if Celestial, probably begrudgingly, allows me to use his spyglass, I'll keep watch overnight.
I mean, he did take a rest over the evening, so he could keep watch at night and keep his spyglass.
Yep. I probably would be too old and too cranky to fight that battle. And let him do it himself.
Because he has... Oh, I didn't actually roll for his food. I have to roll for everyone's food.
It seems like whenever anybody else uses it, it gets broken, so let's not do that to him.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So he will keep watch. He's really keeping watch well now. And I do need to roll for Mog and Ulm's food as well. Mog has been very good at rationing her food during this trip.
I don't know if Frida's been good at rationing so much as she just made so much of it.
Yeah.
Because every time we camp, Soren and I hunt, and then I cook.
Yeah, and you've been going through some areas with rich in game as well, so forests and whatnot, so that's helped for sure. So you all fall asleep.
Yeah, I think our last two hunting trips we got a boar and a deer, didn't we?
Yeah, you did, and Soren has even hunted down a bear to get those bear claws for Celestial. Back to that again.
Sec.
So you all go to sleep to rest for the night. And as you do, Frida will dream. Frida, you're for a moment you think that you've just woken up in the middle of the night and gone to sit by the campfire.
As we do, we lost the game master.
Ah! Did you? Did you lose me?
Yep, we're having some technical difficulties. Please stand by.
What? Why would you have lost the game master?
You were frozen for a few minutes.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Am I back now? Is it okay?
Yes.
Yeah, stream
Appears
is,
to be.
stream is down.
Stream is down?
Oh, Chris says the stream is down?
Yeah, it's just circling.
Yep, Foundry's down too.
Huh. I really need to get that hard line, don't I?
For me it is.
I can see some of you at least are still connected to Foundry. Huh.
just trying to get reconnected.
Yeah. Because OBS is not saying that I have any trouble, so... Though I do have a red square... I don't know what that is. How are we looking? It says that I'm live. How are
Yeah,
things
it
looking?
says we're live, but I'm getting a network error.
Oh.
Player won't reload, and Foundry won't reload either.
Yeah, network errors happen to me a lot. For some reason. Is anything happening? Is it all good? Zoom is lagging a bit, I notice. I really need to fix this.
Yeah, no, you're completely frozen there, Mikhail.
Am I frozen again?
Yeah, it's lagging. Nope, you're unfrozed.
Foundry's back for me.
Oh, good. I guess we're just about back again. As we should. There we go, I can see everyone. Yay! It seems all fine now.
Yep.
Okay.
Stream is up again.
Good. Yeah, so when Jess returns, we'll get back to that particular scene. That's good. Okay, everyone seems to be logged in. Good. I was gonna do a thing with Jess.
Sorry, bio.
She'll be back in a second, I'm sure. There we go.
Back.
Yay! So, you sleep, and you think that you wake up in the middle of the night, still angry, still impatient, frustrated, flustered.
So I pissed off. I hilt my sword because I would have laid it like next to me, but like touching me or in my sleep roll or something.
Yeah.
And I pick up the axe to go chop wood.
You will notice that the sword, the green stone is not glowing anymore.
That's weird.
And as you sort of come out of your bedroll, do you have tents at all? Remember that maybe one of you have.
I have a tent.
Okay. But it's probably not enough for everyone to sleep in.
It is
Definitely not Frida.
2 people, and one of the people is me.
So
No, Frida would be sleeping inside anyway.
I also have...
Yeah.
So basically you're getting out of that bedroll and noticing that by the campfire sits a woman you've never seen before. She's slender.
Sorry, go ahead.
And dressed in chainmail and has long hair of some kind of color you can't really make out in the dark.
Okay.
But her eyes are very clear green. And she's just drenched in blood, like splattered over her face, over her armor, and she's looking at you.
I would
Intensely.
immediately point the sword at her. Who are you and what do you want?
I am that blade.
Oh.
We are free. After so long. We We can now wreak vengeance on these lands.
Yeah, I don't imagine it was fun being trapped in a worm. That's Michaela's.
You and I.
Can you do mine? So who do we get to kill?
All our enemies.
That sounds fun. How many are our enemies?
Oh, we will find them and destroy them. Yes.
Excellent. We need to close some sort of demonic gate first. Can we do that?
If there are demons to slay, we will slay them too.
Excellent.
This land has been without a guardian for too long.
Well, I am down to fill that role.
Good.
Listen, I've been told in order to close this gate, I need to find the stones containing your siblings. Is there any way you could help with that?
I have no idea where they might be.
Okay.
But they're weak. We don't need them. They will just hold us back.
Well, supposedly to activate this crown thing, we do. We just need the power of the stones.
We don't really need that.
Do you suppose there's another way to close the gate?
I never dabbled in such things. But if anything comes through it, we will kill it.
Oh, absolutely. I'm down with you there. But in order to close it, to stop things from coming through, I usually refer to my sorcerer, and he says we need the crown thing.
Sorcerers, druids, we're warriors.
I agree, but I like this one.
So he's not an enemy then?
No, he's saved my life more than once.
Very well.
And made demons explode, so that's always fun.
She walks up to you and puts a blood-soaked hand on your shoulder and says, I will help you fight and slay your enemies.
Excellent. This is going to be so much fun.
Yes. And then she dissolves and you're back in some kind of dreamless state.
Cool. That was cool.
And a little bit later, you wake up in the morning to the very sort of big contrast of birds singing, which is a bit jarring after just having had a conversation with that one.
Is the blood-soaked palm print still there?
Nope.
Okay.
I would suggest, because I'm not sure how far we are from any sort of civilization, but I'm thinking it might be best if you find a way to wrap the gem on your sword. We don't want people to go like, oh, we need that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure after the conversation I had with her last night, she's not going to let herself be taken.
The conversation you had with what, sorry?
There might be that.
I had a conversation. She spoke to me in my, I guess, dreams, apparently. She's really happy to be free of the mines and the worm thing, and she is down to kill all the demons. She unfortunately doesn't know where any of her siblings are, but yeah, she's good to kill all the demons. And I
A small town.
doubt she's going to let herself be taken. She said she wants me to be the guardian of these lands.
But if somebody sees the sword and kills you and takes the sword, then what? I'm just thinking if somebody sees this gem and recognizes it, or recognizes the sword, they're not going to go like, oh, it's okay, we'll let them keep that. I'm thinking there's going to be people, if they recognize it, that are going to want to take it.
Okay, so do we have some leather I can wrap the hilt in?
I was just about to say that. Raynor goes to his mule and pulls off the fox pelt from a while back and says, here, you should be able to wrap that around it.
I whisper to the sword, "Hey, I'm gonna wrap this around you. Are you okay with that?
There's
Do
no
I get
reply.
any?" Okay, I'll wrap the pelt around the sword.
Mog will be kind of
Okay.
watching and saying, "That is a very interesting sword." Maybe our library at the Eye of the Rose can tell us more about it.
Might be helpful. That seems like a celestial thing to do.
Is anyone else the least bit concerned that she's now talking to inanimate objects?
Hey,
Oh,
in my defense, Celestial did it first.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've talked to my bow and I've talked to my spear, but that's when I'm alone in the woods for like a long period of time.
Does it talk back to you?
No, but I'm afraid that if I don't, I'll lose the capacity to speak.
In my defense, the sword doesn't talk back. The person in the sword talks back, and only when I'm asleep.
You're not making things better.
No, not at all.
Oh, whatever. You all think I'm fucking crazy anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I do remember Celestial mentioning about the fact that he chatted overnight with the previous.
Right.
So it might have something to
This
do
one
with that.
talks too.
Well, I mean, it's not surprising. I mean, these rubies that's embedded in the sword are the souls or the memories or the life force or whatever of the elves, or so they claim. So,
This one's really pissed off. Like,
Seems like it's found a right.
really, really pissed off.
Maybe somebody who's a little less aggressive should handle that sword then?
It's probably not a good idea. I'm pretty sure she wouldn't like somebody less aggressive handling the sword, no offense. She, like I said, she wants to kill all of her enemies and wants to become the guardian of these lands, or wants me to become the guardian of these lands with her assistance.
Did she happen to say who her enemies were?
I asked, but no, not really. Although she's down to kill demons. Sorry, Brainer, she doesn't really like sorcerers or druids, but she says she'll work with you because I like you.
Typical
She doesn't like the druids either.
elf.
So,
Typical.
It's apparently just magic users she doesn't like.
so half the party. That's great, yeah. This is great, yeah. Halflings are next, and, anybody who carries a bow after that, right?
I think she'd be okay with the bow, and she didn't say anything about halflings. It was just magic users. But she's cool with Brainer, because he saved my life multiple times. And Celestial, because he's also saved my life a couple times.
Typical elf. So, now that we know that we have two people that can talk to people at night, where to now?
well,
Yeah, that's the next
I
question.
think the Eye of the Rose is the closest civilized thing that we're familiar with.
The safest.
Well, it's the one we know.
Someone you know.
Would I know anything about this? We don't have ping. This place over to our west by the mountains.
Oh, there. Or is that where Joshua is? Oh, that. Oh, down there. Possibly. I'll allow you to do a lore check for that, actually.
Chris, do you want to do that, or do you want me to assist?
I'll give it a try.
If I remember correctly, isn't that where Jeremy's dwarf was from?
Yeah,
I don't know.
say again? What was that?
I think there's a place over there.
Wasn't that where Jeremy's dwarf was from originally, the first original party?
No, he was up from north.
Oh, okay.
North
So
of
it
the
was
Fallen
further up
Mark.
then.
Yeah, in the mountains.
Okay.
So no, you probably haven't been this far west, basically, Soren. you're an Asleen, I believe, to begin with, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. So your typical lands are out towards Moldena Plains and beyond to the east. So this is really far west for you. Could
yeah,
be.
This is really far west for me.
Yes, it could be dwarves, it could be Rust Brothers, it could be orcs, ogres, anything.
Right. So do we want to go back to the Eye of the Rose, or do we want to set forth and explore?
That is the question.
I think we should go back to the Eye of the Rose first and gear up a little better. Maybe find out, how to regrow a foot and more about the history of the sword.
Did we find anything of value in the mines?
Very little. I think it was like a gold
Sword.
coin somewhere, or a copper coin, but almost nothing else.
Yeah, I don't think Frida's going to let us sell the sword.
No, I'm pretty sure we need the sword to finish the gate thing.
Okay. Do we want to take a direct route to the Eye of the Rose, or do we want to go a circular route?
Yeah, maybe we could head towards, and I point off in the really far direction over here.
Over towards Lake Clay?
Yeah,
Yeah. Why not? The day is young. Adventure awaits.
So where are you going
At least
now?
we're out of those fucking caves.
So you're going to the east.
We are going east.
Indeed. Okay. Can you move the party token? You have.
Yes.
Indeed. Down towards... Mog is a bit surprised by this. I thought we were going to the Eye of the Rose, she says.
We are,
Before we start.
but we're meandering. We're enjoying this spring.
We'll get there. We're just happy to be in the open air again.
Oh, very well. Just, again, going down the mountains on this side means going in deeper into easier and potentially Roca territory. This is exactly on the border between the two clans.
Well,
Just so you
then
know,
I
she
may have
says.
to kill a bunch of orcs.
Also, I will return to the Eye of the Rose alone, because I think the Queen will want a word and tidings from this expedition. So this will then be where we part, she says. And I hope that you return to the Eye of the Rose with all possible speed.
I whispered to the rest of the party, out of Mog's hearing.
Yeah.
Should we tell her that we found the angry one?
I think we already did.
Mog is going to let the Queen know that you have found one of those.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Yeah, we didn't find the scepter thingy, but we found the angry one.
Well, I hope that the gods will be with you.
Sure.
And
They
flow with
seem
you.
to have been so far.
Indeed.
I don't know which gods, but sure.
If I see any signs of your imaginary things wishing us well, I'll make sure to remember.
I'm pretty sure it's not my gods. My gods encourage eating people.
So, we have the morning. If you notice here down, if you scroll down a bit, you'll see that I have the quarter days meter below the map there, and also a weather gauge. And this day, it is in fact clearing up finally. No more raining, no more bad weather. It's still cloudy, mind you, but at least the sun is peeking out now and makes the trip down the mountainside an absolute delight, actually. Quite beautiful streams that are sort of jumping down the mountainside around you and swelling now because it's the snow is melting in the mountains, and you had those showers over the past few days that have really energized them, and sprinkling and giving the mountains colors in all the colors of the rainbow to accompany you as you're going down, and to the verdant green of Arina Forest below you. It's coming alive with spring.
Did come with us, or stayed in the mountain
Yeah,
pass?
that's a good question. I'm gonna say that Ulm will actually follow Mog as well, because Ulm wants to get back to his dwarven friends as soon as possible. So
Yep.
you will be, for the first time in a long time, just the company.
Oh, thank God.
No more NPCs.
Yes, I know, it's weird, isn't it? I thought you would... I had not prepared for you to take this particular route, but that's fine. That's what players do. If you zoom in a bit on the map as well, you will notice that I have put stickers over this area that now says Stoneloom Mines. That's one of the things that came with the Foundry virtual tabletop support for Forbidden Lands, which is making me very happy. Same thing with the Eye of the Rose. It has its own special little icon there.
Yeah.
So, who is leading the way and who is doing other things? Keeping
I
watch
am
and
leading
so
the
on?
way.
I guess Celestial would be scouting because that's what he's good at.
I'll follow, but I am taking a closer eye on our party now.
I imagine I'll be keeping an eye out for game around us. Because I imagine I'm still itching for a kill.
Yes, you would be. So, Soren is in fact leading you not astray. You are finding a safe path through the Arina Forest.
I am just so happy to be out and about and not confined.
And this is dense forest. The moment you come down from the mountain, it the trees are just closing in on you, and the shrubbery, the undergrowth. This is hard slug going to maneuver around here.
I think at this point, though, we're kind of fine with that. The fresh air is just enough.
Yeah, you might just be fine with that. That's absolutely true.
Oh, out of curiosity, amongst us, do we still have a functional bow?
That's a good question. Do you?
Nope.
I still have a functional bow, but I have no arrows for it, so I'll give you mine. It's a short bow.
Okay. And I will grab my axe back from the dwarves.
Yes, of course you will. He'll have to make do with that one. Okay, so yeah, you're marching down through the undergrowth there, and every once in a while. Now this is an area where it's much harder to use the looking glass, but the scouting succeeded without the gear, even anyway. And you're about halfway through the morning when Celestial stops and raises his hand. I hear something. Yes, footsteps that way.
Sword raised. Yeah, she's ready to go.
I will dismount and see if I can't find a hiding spot.
For sure.
I'll pretend like I look like an old man with my mule going in the middle of the forest.
Except it's a horse, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Soren disappears. Celestial will do what? He'll probably follow Soren's example, I think. Except he won't, because that was a terrible roll. What will Big do?
Since I'm loud, proud, and tiny, I will continue to traverse the path. I'm still fairly dressed up like I was a merchant, so even with an old man tailing behind me or in front of me,
Yeah.
I could pass that off as some wandering minstrel.
So
You could
basically,
totally lie and say I'm your big ass bodyguard.
It's the white wolf of
Yeah.
Claim.
it'll look like the typical group, except without Soren, who has gone into hiding. And well, as you're marching through there, and waiting for whomever it is to approach you, there is in fact a group of orcs who are coming through the undergrowth, and you can see them clearly. They're not making any attempts at hiding. They're in fact going walking along some kind of deer path, probably. I'm guessing that's exactly what Soren has used to guide you. And they're coming up there to you, and yeah, that's they're dressed in studded leather. They have helmets, and most of them, not all of them, but most of them have two-handed swords. And on their tabards, those of you them who have tabards, is some kind of snake motif. It varies between them. Some have just fangs. One has a serpent. Some have like just a serpent's head. But all of them have some kind of sign of a snake, either as a tabard or engraved into the helmet or painted on the helmet, and so on. And they're marching there. They're fairly heavy set, of course, being orcs, and dressed with leathers. And yeah, they're coming through the brush there.
Who are you? What are you doing on Aether lands?
Big fangs, big tusks.
Yeah, so I would probably try and approach them, knowing that they're probably not very friendly, but I will, naturally try and bullshit my way out of this. Using manipulation, I'll say, we're just traveling, I guess, merchants looking to sell our wares at the next township.
Merchant? Don't you know there's a war on?
No, apparently there's a war on, but I'm a moron, so I do not know about this war.
Aye, Rust Brothers, filthy humans.
And they're looking all over you, but they can't spot any humans because Soren
There's no
is
humans
hiding.
here.
Nano, you seem like a human.
Humans are filth.
That they are.
Yeah, that's the half-elves, the halfling, the wolfkin.
Well, good then.
And at that point, Soren, please roll a scouting. Because you're the one who is sort of standing back and...
I will push that. Yeah, I'll push that.
For sure.
Shit.
You get an adrenaline jolt from, I guess, being distracted by these orcs. That means that no one notices the other group before they're upon you and screaming, "Roka!" and just barging out of the forest and just right towards this group. Which means that I guess we have to bring up that scene now. I had prepared it for a completely different place, but you went this way, so... Let's see now. I'll, remove the old tokens that we had here. Oh darn, I can't remove them because some of them don't count as tokens. That's annoying. Okay.
If you go to your tile menu, you should be able to remove them.
Yeah, maybe. Yes, that works. Good. That
Looks
works.
like Frida
Okay.
slate her bloodlust after all.
Yeah. She will probably get to slake her bloodlust.
I'm fine with this.
You are.
And that's terrifying.
So I'm gonna put. Let's see. Now, Frida is kind of in the middle of the road there, and Celestial will be as well. Soren is somewhere out hiding in a shrubbery. Well, no one else is.
Can't see anything.
Oh, haven't I activated it? Or is it...
We're missing a map.
Aha. So, configure... Okay. Global illumination. That should do it.
The scene's not activated.
The scene is
Yeah,
not
scene's not-
activated.
yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'll do that immediately. There you go. That did the trick.
There we go.
That worked.
So sorry. Still getting used to the interface, I suppose. And I'll put out there's 3 of the Easter orcs right there. And storming out of the forest comes 4 Roka orcs. And they are armed. 2 of them have bows, 2 of them have flails, and just charging right at whomever is closest, I suppose. Which means that we have to start with an active encounter, and I have to add them.
Are we really on anybody's side? Can't we just let them kill each other?
I suppose you can. We'll see what they do.
That's really up to you and your new best friend there, Frida.
I mean, if they're gonna start attacking me and mine, yeah, I'm gonna fucking kill somebody. But otherwise,
So you can
they can
use
kill
your
each
own-
other.
Are you adding yourself to the initiative track there, folks?
Sure.
Make a roll for. Oh, why? Why can't I roll for the initiative deck suddenly? I don't know. It's not allowing you to roll for it for some reason. Why is it doing that? Also, oh, that worked.
Yeah, the deck wasn't reset.
Uh-huh, okay. There we go. What did I get? I got a 10 for the Aesir. They are taken completely by surprise by this. And a 1 for the Roka. That seems appropriate. I don't know, Frida has added herself 4 times, that's fine.
Sorry, I
Brennar?
wasn't sure it was working.
Yeah, no, that's fine. We're still learning the interface. Should I roll for any of you, or do you know the interface yourselves? Big?
Mine doesn't seem to want to add to the actual, list, which is why it's, 4 times.
Oh, okay. Where are you then? You are... Oh, you haven't rolled here, it seems like.
I've hit the roll button.
What you do is you click on the table for initiative. You click your particular square that's empty, and then you
Right,
press roll.
but that's the problem is I can't add my square.
Oh, okay.
That's why I've clicked 4 times.
Okay, I'll
Oh,
roll.
there I am. Sorry, yeah, I couldn't...
Okay, I'll roll for you then, just to make it
Okay.
easier. There we go.
You can remove the other 3 me's, too,
Yeah.
if you like.
I think it just like that, and there
It's
we go.
I think it's just
So-
being slow on my end. It glitched out.
Yeah, it might have been. Okay, so the Roka are first, and they're just charging out there with flails and screaming at the top of their lungs. The first one will just go against one of the Aesir, because it's easy that way. See what I did there? Flail and just smack him. And the Aesir orc will obviously try to parry that, which is going to be interesting with the two-handed sword, but that's what they do. It is a parrying sword, so that's fine. It has a, 2-point bonus.
No.
And it's parried. The Roka orc comes just charging right through the underbush, but the Aesir manages to parry the flail before it does any damage. The other Roka orc will in fact charge against the closest person, which happens to be Big. So I'll
Why
roll for
can't I
that.
see the rest of the
This
party?
means hidden combination for 1 step. Big.
Okay.
You haven't done this before with this. I'll grab a deck. We only have. How do I grab this? I think I remember that I could open up the hidden. Oh, there we go. Initiate card combat. There we go. With Michaela. And there we go. And now you have a window and you can pick 1 action, and I can pick 1 action. So I'm going to do just that. So waiting for you to grab something.
Oh, man, see that.
I clicked it. Does that work?
It's just saying waiting for. Oh, maybe I should just continue. No, it wants me to select 2 cards. I'll pick a second card for the. I guess we'd both have to select 2 cards, but we'll only use the first one.
Oh, God.
You can pick anything as the second one, because it's only the first one we'll use. How's that working?
Hello.
Did that work?
I'll click continue. Nope. You should have 1 card that says a 1
I'm
and
sorry.
a second card that says a 2. It's a red field in the top corner. Don't know why it's not.
Yeah, it looks like the screen disappeared.
Wait, what? The screen is weird? Okay, we can just ditch this and roll as normal if this is too wacky for now.
Yeah, sorry, it's slightly buggy on my end.
Okay, I'll just roll to hit and see what happens. That's fine too. Why did I click away the character sheets for them? That's silly. So an attack on you. Will you? I mean, you could use your talent.
If you want, Michaela, I can parry that for you, or you can try and.
You will.
wish.
I can use my heart to catch to try and slip away.
You can.
Okay.
So you're using your halfling talent? You just dodging it?
Doesn't require any willpower. Oh, it does. I'll spend the 1 willpower. To,
Indeed.
Well, I'm gonna be the only healer. Fine.
Say again?
Just shut up.
You're muted right now, Michaela.
I will use the 1 willpower to try and boost my escape.
Yep.
From that.
Not a problem at all.
If I'm gonna be the only healer,
Okay, so you get out of the way. The Roka Orc is just leaping out of the bushes and sweeping at you with that flail, but this Roka Orc has never fought a halfling and completely misjudges where that flail should be going. So it goes wide. That leaves us with 2 more Roka Orcs who are storming out but are changing zones, so they can't actually engage anyone this turn. Soren, you're up.
Okay, these new orcs, they look like they're just hitting whoever is coming close, and they're aiming for my party members.
Yep, that's pretty much it.
Okay, well, that one that attacked Big, I am going to shoot.
Very well. That will be short distance.
Yeah.
Which doesn't matter much to you.
Doesn't matter. It's within range. Is the main thing.
Yeah.
Is there any bonus because they don't know I'm here?
That would in fact be an ambush, wouldn't it? Technically. And so, yes. We haven't used that a whole lot, have we?
No.
Ambushes. So, let's have a look. Ambushes and sneak attacks. You get a +2. No, wait. Sneak attacks and ambushes, short, you get nothing extra because it's short range. No, that's the stealth roll, right? If you succeed, you get a free action, slow or fast, but not both, before you draw the initiative card. Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't have fired before initiative anyway.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna give you... I'll give you a +1 because I'm a generous fellow. Because they have no idea that you're there.
I will spend a willpower to ignore his armor.
Because he does have some.
Actually, I'll do that after he rolls. I think I can do it after he rolls.
Nice. He has studded leather.
Double check.
Oh, that's a hit. That is 5 successes. I don't think you need to, push that one. I mean, you can, but...
No, I'm not going to bother pushing.
Yeah, that's going to hurt you. 5 damage. That's terrible. I'm definitely going to roll... You're going to avoid the armor on it?
Do I do that before he rolls his armor or after?
That's a good question. Let's check. Sharpshooter, right?
No, Path of the Arrow.
Path of the Arrow. I was gonna say it's a professional talent. Path of the Arrow.
Yep.
It doesn't really say if it's before or after.
Okay.
So I guess I can roll the armor, and if it soaks anything, you can spend your willpower.
Okay, perfect. I'll do that.
It does soak something. 1 point.
Okay, I will spend a willpower to ignore it.
Okay.
Just because these are wooden arrows.
Yes. Oh yes, you have wooden arrows, indeed. Yes.
And then I will spend another willpower to immediately take another shot at a different guy.
You did 5 points of damage on this guy, and he's down right away. You describe this beautiful shot with a wooden arrow.
Let me see. Where did I actually hit him? All right. So as he's moving up towards Big and brings his flail down, she ducks out of the way. His back is to me, and I send the arrow like right severing his Achilles tendon.
And he just keels over, and he's done. So I can just remove that token. And then you're gonna shoot another arrow, you said.
Yep, spend a willpower, get another action.
Indeed.
I will use my fast action to aim.
And that's another wonderful shot. Not quite as good as the last one, but still it's a hit. And I will roll that.
And I will shoot the one closest to Brainard.
Thanks, Soren.
And I will spend a willpower to ignore his armor.
Indeed, because that armor was good, and I didn't even roll the extra dice for the wooden arrows. So yes, it's a very useful thing to have. So that's 2 points of damage.
And then I'm out of the arrows that Brenner made me.
You're out of your arrows.
Waka waka.
That was all the arrows that Brenner had to fix for you. Yeah, so one of the orcs there has taken 2 points of damage to his strength, and those sneaky that sneaky archer. Frida, you're up.
My movement's my full action, isn't it? Even
It's
this
your
close?
slow action, yes, because of and yes, you do have to take a step to close the distance.
So even this close, it's my.
Yeah,
So I can't attack.
that's correct. You
Okay.
can parry when it's your turn to do so. But they've
I can
already
do that
spent their
anyway.
actions. So
I will intimidate.
okay.
You fuckers. I was gonna let you live, then you decided to come for my friends. Now you die.
You're trying to scare him off? I mean, it might
Yeah.
work.
You have no idea who I am. You are going to die. You are going to wish you were never fucking born.
Are you wielding the special sword?
I am.
And it is now glowing green.
Through the hide?
emerald.
Through the hide, because we wrapped it in hide to avoid looters.
I'm sure you could see the little shine on your hands.
Yeah.
Not sure they can.
Is the rest of the party intimidated? Because I'm kind of scared.
So that's my might roll. I got a success.
Yeah, yes, I'll give you that. This orc will be scared and try to run away, because it's coming out of the forest to fight other orcs, apparently. That was what they were screaming. And suddenly, two of his friends are hurt by arrows from nowhere, and
One is dead.
big wolfkin, towering even above this massive roca,
And screaming in his face.
and screaming in his face. So yeah, that's a surprise for him. It's just a shock value right there. Brenner, your turn.
Yep. So, slow action to basically go behind Frida. And yeah,
Smart
that's
move.
it. Actually, can I? Yeah, I was gonna say, can I do like a lore to find out? I remember vaguely that the Asir and the Roka don't get along, but so wondering if there's any way that we can use this to our advantage. Of obviously, if we kill the Roka that's coming out of nowhere, that the Asir obviously would probably see us more favorable.
Maybe, yeah. You have no idea of internal party politics there.
Okay.
It's I could give you a lore roll -3 possibly for picking up things on taverns, perhaps.
Okay. One sec here. So, do I just like put a -3 into like the modifier section?
Yeah.
When I'm rolling it. Okay.
I was gonna say Mog mentioned a few things too.
And you still succeeded. Nice job. The last thing you heard about Roka and Aesir. I'll put something in the chat for you.
Thank you.
Okay. While you stand there and think about this, it's Celestial, in fact. So Celestial will do what exactly? Who wants to decide for Celestial? Celestial's fine as far as health goes.
He could just hold until one of us needs a heal.
Yeah, I guess. He has but he doesn't have any bows left, does he?
No.
No,
His
he
broke
doesn't.
also.
Yeah. So I'll remove them. Because, yeah, he has a staff that he could possibly use. But I'm going to hold him there in case anyone needs a heal. I think that's a good idea. Big, what do you want to do in all this? You've done a fast action to dodge. You do have a
Yeah,
slow
I've
action
done that.
left if you want to use it.
I want to, I guess turning, speaking to the Aesir, like, I'll use my manipulation again because, that's what I'm good for.
Yep.
Obviously these are our enemies as well. We should work together. They're obviously in league with, our mutual enemies. Join us in the fight. We'll kick ass and have glory together. Some orcish bullshit. I don't know.
Roll your manipulate.
You and the wolf can need to have some more talks.
There will be basically you're managing to get like a few words off, like a short sentence. Like, we'll fight them together, something like that. And apparently they're convinced. They're now convinced that you are enemies of the Roka just as they are,
Yeah.
apparently.
Orcs are stupid.
So the Aesir will, in fact, I hope Mog didn't hear that, and she did because she's not here. They will flock to their friend here and fight together against the Roka, who now finds himself completely outnumbered, and that's not going to end well for him. Top of the round. This is basically just a melee that it's going on, and you can hear the screams and shouts and so on. We had one orc, a Roka orc, who was in fact down and in pain, and he was over here. He was shot by an arrow. Now, here's the thing. They are unbreakable orcs. He's back up again. So we're back at the top of the round, and the Roka will fight again. Let's see now. This one will close the distance to Frida. So now Frida has 2 Roka orcs to fight against. Big has 1. And they are just ganging up on this final one, who's going to take a little while to go down. Frida, you'll have some fun and games here.
Isn't one
Parry
of those
all
ones
the
running?
fucking things. What?
Oh
Didn't
yes,
you
one of them is going to run away because it got scared. You're absolutely right.
The one that's directly in front of me.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I'll roll for that. He fails miserably with this, but it also means that he's not going to attack you, which is probably helpful at this point.
Dang that.
So there's one of them who attacks you, and he has taken 2 points of damage. So he's not at full strength, but he will still attack with the might of the Roka and his flail.
And do nothing.
Misses. That flail comes rattling through the air
And Frida just kind of leans back.
No.
yeah, hits nothing.
Oh god.
So the flame
No, this
was
is the key.
flailing.
We need to. This is the key.
Meanwhile, the Roka orc who's back up, he's not completely healed, but he has enough strength to be able to be a threat to Big. That's a good hit.
Hey, can you move again? Can you escape
It's
again?
a new turn, so Big
No, I don't have any
can...
more
Okay,
willpower.
I'm gonna
Dodge?
burn a willpower to parry for Big.
Okay, now that you're trying to parry, Frida,
Oh god.
Mhm.
you will notice that it's hard for you to parry. This sword of yours does not like parrying one bit. You have a -2 at parrying.
Of course I do. Oh, my shield's broken, isn't it?
No.
Yeah, I think it broke. Didn't
Why?
It? Yeah.
Okay.
Not
And
good at
I'm just gonna use the other long sword because it takes.
Then you'd have to draw it, wouldn't you?
No. I'm gonna use that die because it takes all the extra stuff off because I don't have that when I parry with this sword.
That's correct.
Right?
Oh yeah, exactly. Yes.
Okay, and then
You're
I'm
quite right.
down 2.
Yes.
So -2.
Still succeeds with 1.
Yep.
That means only 3 of those points hit. And this is a flail.
I don't think I can push a parry, so.
You can.
Can I?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but I'll break the weapon.
Yes, you will.
I don't want to break the weapon.
It's a
Sorry,
good
Big. I
weapon.
did what I can.
So that's 4 points of damage on Big. Ow.
Wouldn't it only be 3? I thought I caught one.
Yeah, the flail does 2 points of damage, and there's 3 successes
Oh,
left. So that's
okay,
4
yeah.
points. Big is in trouble now. Do you have anything that can protect you at all? Your knife?
You don't have leather or anything?
I do have a knife.
Yeah,
Would I be able
use it to parry.
with it? Yeah.
It's not a parrying weapon, so you get a -2 for it. Everything helps, right? How's the roll coming? There we go. It was not a good roll. I would suggest you don't push that, because you're going to take damage anyway. Okay, you are broken. We're going to need a critical injury for you. For, I think it's blunt damage. You know your way to the table, or should I roll it? This is always scary.
Yeah, you can do that. That's
Okay.
fine.
It's not funny, because it's scary. Roll low. 52! Ow! Okay. Gouged eye. That's pretty brutal.
Apparently get hit in the head.
Yes, you do. It is not a lethal injury. But yes, you do lose an eye now. Smack. 2d6 days of healing time, which is 7 for you. And you'll have -2 on your marksmanship and scouting. That's brutal.
Yeah, that's fun.
Gouged eye. It is not permanent, apparently. So basically, your eye
I'm fine
is
with
hurt,
that.
but it will heal over time.
So it's injured but not like popped out.
Yes. It does say gouged, but it also does not say permanent, which means that in 7 days, your eye is going to be fine again. But right now,
So it's more like a black eye.
Yeah, exactly. Smack. That flail comes right over your head, and it just hits exactly where it should go.
That is not nearly as bad as it sounds.
No, it's not.
Are you saying this is Frida, the toe muncher, or?
So, how can I... Okay, I'm gonna add your critical injury later. I'm supposed to be able to add it to your character sheet somehow?
Should be able to just drag and drop it.
Yeah. I failed miserably with that, but that's okay. That's where I can find it. Okay, so gouged eye, G. There we go. There we go. Yep. So, it says 5 days. It did that automatically for you. So in 5 days you'll be fine. That was those Roka. Okay, we're done with the Roka. It is now Soren's turn.
Okay, well, I am out of arrows,
Yep.
so I will, as a slow action, I will move to the trees at the very, very bottom of the map
Yep.
here, trying to remain stealthy.
Mm-hmm. Should probably work. You can roll a stealth roll. Apparently they don't see you. Or they do see you.
I will push. I'll push that.
Okay. They do not see you. You do sprain your foot a little bit. Or maybe you get a branch in your eye. In the heat of the moment. But they don't see you.
So I will move down there, and I will ready my battle axe.
Very good.
Soren's crawling behind the bush like shit,
Yeah.
shit, shit, shit.
Pretty much. Celestial will certainly try to help Big, I think, because dang it. I'm going to move up next to Big. Do I want to use a spell for that?
I would.
Because I
You can save. He's good enough to save cast, doesn't he?
think I might.
He's done it
I don't have a
before.
whole lot of willpower left here, though. I could just do a normal healing roll. Because that's going to unbreak you as well.
And that's really all you can do right now. You can't heal the critical injury.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the magic could get you unbroken as well. Yeah, I'll just do a normal healing roll.
Okay.
And that succeeds. You have healed 1 point of strength, and you are not broken anymore. basically Celestial is just kind of putting something really fast over your eye to soothe the pain, the immediate pain. Okay, then we are at your turn, Big. You get to do something, even though you used a fast action.
I'd be kind of irritated at this point.
You skipped myself and Brainer.
Oh, I did. I'm so sorry. Yes. Frida, go ahead.
So
You
I'm
can
close enough. I'm gonna murder the guy that just got up and tried to hurt Big again.
Indeed, and you know what? Since you have
And I'm killing Blow.
You have 2 opponents, so you now have a plus D10 for your sword.
Plus D10?
Yes. She
So
is
do I change
so
my
angry.
artifact die from a D8 to a D10?
Yes.
Okay.
Because
Cool.
you have 2 opponents now, and that just makes her happy. She wants to kill them.
I hit.
That's a hit.
I will willpower to ignore armor.
Okay. Who are you hitting? Oh, the one that got up again?
The one that got up again, and I am keeping him down this time.
Yeah, he doesn't go down that fast. I will roll for his... Oh, no, I won't roll for his armor.
No.
But yeah, it's a slash over the arm. Hurts it.
How I thought he was broken initially. How much did he heal?
It depends on how many willpower points they have. Basically, orcs, their unbreakable talent is when they get broken, they can spend willpower points to heal and immediately stand up again.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna coup de grace every fucking orc I
They
can.
don't heal their critical injuries, though. So maybe I should roll for whatever critical injuries that was.
It was a severed tendon.
It was a 7-10, yes. So basically, yeah, he's not going to be able to run around a whole lot. What does the severed tendon do?
Run becomes a slow action.
Yeah, so it's like yours. Okay. Yeah, he's not going to run around. That's for sure. Yeah, so you hurt him, but he's not down yet. It's a good slash over his hand.
Yeah, I don't have the second attack yet.
That makes sense. Brenar, your turn.
Yep, I'm seeing how everything's going here, so I'm going to move up to here.
Yeah.
And I can't attack the same turn. But yeah, that's about all I can do.
Okay, so then we have...
No willpower.
Yeah. Oh, Big! We're back to Big, right? So, there we go.
I was just making sure this time. I didn't want to jump in. Yeah, so I'm rightly pissed. You know, I care a little bit about my appearance, and you know, my my face is kind of bludgeoned. So
Yes, it
I'm
is.
not happy about that. I am going to use Sharp Tongue this time. Can I? Yeah. I can
Yes,
do
you
that.
can.
I will
think you
just,
can.
you know, incredibly, like, the most vicious, visceral thing you can imagine, you know, his mother's brothers, sons, cousins, you know, nephews fornicating with elderberries. I don't care at this point, like.
Fucking murder him and his family's words.
Exactly, yes, yeah.
You do get a +1 as you're insulting him. Because you do have level 2 and the Sharp Tongue. So manipulation +1. And the funny part, of course, is that being, you know, Roka orcs and fighters, empathy is not really their thing. So you might break him. If you get 3 6s altogether. You got 2. You hurt him, but not enough to break him. He's rattled by your long the types of slurs that you produce against him cuts deep. Not
Keep in
quite
mind, I'm
enough.
like 3 foot nothing, so anything coming from, you know, somebody that small is...
And I will observe also that you're doing this lying down in the mud, and just like that, and he's wide eyes, and you have his attention now.
With the
Maybe
black
also in
eye
anger.
that he just gave you.
Exactly. The Aesir will do short work of the orc here, and he's going to be down. He was already down. He came up again. He's down again, and now he's down for good. So, that's 3 of them ganging up on a single one. So that's a short story. I'm going to say it's 2 of them ganging up on a single one, and the last one will, in fact, take a swing at the Roka orc that you just insulted. And let's see now, melee. I think it's a +2 for the sword, and that's a hit. But the Roka armor might help. There we go. It does not. So that's 3 points of damage from a 2-handed sword, cleaving that orc in twain. He is not going anywhere anymore. The last thing he heard was a long series of very terrible insults.
That brings me no end of joy.
Top of the round, and we have Roka again. And they are few now. One of them has tried to run away, failed. Will try to run away again. Because, you know, she's scary. Both of them, I guess. Fails miserably. Given how things are turning, I'm going to say that the other one will try to run away as well. This is like now or never. And that fails too. So they're not out of the fight. Soren, what do you do?
Okay, I am going to come out of the bushes, run by this orc with my axe out, and sweep his leg.
You're not close enough to actually be able to attack. It takes 2 moves to get to arm's length.
It takes 2. I thought if you moved into a zone, you could move anywhere in the zone.
Within near range of them, yes. Not arm's length. So you're going from short to near, basically. That's what happens.
Okay. Yeah, I thought when you entered a zone, you can go anywhere into the zone. My bad. Playing too many games with zone-based movement systems. All right. That being the case, I will move up to engage him to take some of the heat off of Frida and Brainard, unless I can throw an axe.
I guess you can. There are throwing axes.
I have a battle axe.
Yeah, I don't think you can throw that one.
Okay.
Probably.
All right.
I
so
might
yeah,
be able to from pure strength, but
Let's see now.
don't underestimate the ranger
Range-
strength. Just because I don't use it doesn't mean I don't have it.
It's true.
So yeah, I will move up into combat then to hopefully take some of the pressure off of Brainard and Frida.
Yep. All right. Frida, speaking of which, it's your turn. You have 2 orcs facing you, which means that you still have a D10 if you want to attack them.
I'm gonna swing at the one right in front of me.
There we go. Now Maligarn is starting to come into his own, except your skill is... Your own skill is still not terribly good. I'm going to use a fast action for the Roka and try to parry that, even though the actual flail is no good for parrying. So that means that I
Ignoring armor, ignore parries.
No.
Okay.
So I don't get any big gear bonus here for it. I do manage to parry away one of those successes. It's just kind of trying to wrap around that flail around Maligarn. But
So
you
I
still get
do
a good touch on him. Say again?
2 damage with it.
You still do 2 damage, yes.
Yeah.
And if you want to ignore the armor, you can. But-
Yeah, I will ignore the armor.
Okay, you ignore the armor. So that's 2 points of damage on him. I think he was not harmed before. Yes, he was not harmed before.
No, it was the other
It
one.
was the other one. Yeah, so he is, in fact, unharmed. But not anymore. You slash him over where do you slash him?
I'll probably... I'm ignoring the armor, so I'm looking for like a weak spot, so probably somewhere on the torso.
Okay, yeah, under the arm maybe.
Yeah. Where the armor attaches
a
or
nice
something.
little slash there that draws some blood.
Okay, I will be right back.
And that brings us to Brennar.
Brenner's going to try and hit the orc that's right in front of him.
Yep.
With basically the quarterstaff.
Indeed. Did you hit? We'll try to parry. And he does. You're coming in there with the quarterstaff. He blocks it with a flail. Probably the long handle there. Just takes like a double grip on it. Manages to avoid being hurt.
Okay.
And he's out of actions now. We have Celestial. I don't know what Celestial should do in this. Probably just gang up on them, but on the other hand, the Aesir will soon as well. Stand by, ready to heal people, I guess. Big, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm on a roll. Manipulation is what I like to do. I will, talk to the guy. You're outnumbered.
Give up.
Like 10 to 1 or whatever. Let's just leave at this point. You're kind of pathetic.
He's been trying to leave twice. But feel free to roll. Yeah, I mean...
Not trying hard enough now.
Yes, if you want to make him, like, even surrender, apparently he will.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
He will in fact surrender, which is very strange for an orc, but on the other hand, they've never met someone as persuasive as Big. Out of the fight. That leaves Aesir orcs left. And they will move around and just gang up on this the remaining orc, basically. Top of the round is Oroka, who is now completely surrounded by everyone and wants to get away. Probably not going to work this time either. Oh! Gets away! Just runs out into the forest. Bravely. And thus, the struggle has ended. You have yourself one captive and one Oroka who got away. As quickly as it started, it ends.
As the Roka runs, Frida just yells out, "You weak piece of shit!"
And you feel that the sword feels the same.
Yeah. Just probably where it's kind of coming from, because I'm thinking between the sword's anger and the cold-blooded she just took.
Yep.
Frida's a little bit of a different wolf.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can imagine. And the Aesir are now standing by you and kind of bashing their torsos. And sort of, they're frothing with spit around their fangs and showing their tongues. Some of them have, in fact, cloven their tongues to make themselves look even more like snakes. Even though their skin tone doesn't match snakes at all. Though one or two of them have tattooed sort of scales into their faces in various patterns. Aesir might! And they're kind of bashing their torsos together and looking at you. You are good people. Though
Frida
that's a
just
human.
kind of growls and like bumps with them and stuff.
I think they're kind of ignoring the fact that Sword is a human at this point.
Soren will make sure that his hood is up and just kind of busy himself with seeing if there's anything he can retrieve.
Make himself look like another half-elf.
Yeah, they're like,
You are Aesir friends.
and they're particularly looking at Frida at this point. She gets a good sort of hand reached out to connect with her fists as well.
Yeah, and she'll join in the celebration and just go full tribal with them.
Yeah, and that remaining Roka orc, he's kind of sitting there and hanging his head in shame.
Ah, filth! Bring him back to camp. He will work. Well, strangers, you have our thanks for your noble help in this fight. Good fighter you are.
And they're particularly looking at Frida at this point.
Fight well you do.
But you're also brave, and they're kind of looking at big at this point.
For being so small, huh? Never seen a halfling fight like that before. In fact, never seen much of halflings fighting at all.
Well, that's because we're very short. You usually look over us.
True enough. Saw what that Roka tried to do. Couldn't hit ya. That first swing, at least.
Looking over these orcs, are they equipped for hunting? Do they have like bows and arrows or anything, or are they more just equipped for killing stuff?
One of them has a short bow, but they're more just for killing stuff, and they do have the insignia of the Roka on them. You heard Mog describe them before. That towering stone obelisk is on all their gear.
I suppose I could buy some arrows off you.
Well, I mean, one of the Roka orcs does have a quiver.
Oh, then I will take that.
So, yeah, that's, you now have D6 arrows.
I'd like to think there were more arrows, but Soren's looking at it going like, no, this one is off balance. This one, the feathers are tied poorly until he gets down to...
And we'll see what kind of things they might have. 2 copper coins! Yeah, one of them carried some cash there that you can plunder.
You can keep it, Soren.
Nah. Oh, I'm not going to say no.
I'll give you one more roll there. Oh, and a bronze necklace. If anyone wants that.
Yeah, no, Frida doesn't do collars.
I'm sure it would look very fetching with Big's outfit.
Yeah, I'll probably snatch that up. It's a value to me anyway, so.
They do have, because, I mean, 2 of them are dead, and the third one is captive. Studded leather, if anyone is interested in new armor. They'd have to be fitted first, of course, because they're fitted to... These Roka are big. They're actually bigger than the Easter orcs. As big as you are, Frida. And in terms of
I will
muscle
snatch
mass.
some of that, because I think I wrecked my last armor.
You did indeed. I'm sure that at some point Brynnar can find some time to adjust it for you. Because right now, like, Frida is tall and thin and so on. They're shorter and more squat. Same body mass, but...
You gotta fit it around the bust.
Yeah. So the rectangular shape is different, let's just say.
Yeah. Well, if the Aesir aren't going to stop us, then we'll take both sets of armor and the flails as well.
Yeah, no, they're not going to... Well, they will plunder some of it, but you've earned your share in the plunder, so they're not going to stop you too much. And they will also look to you and...
Where are you headed now?
We're really just kind of exploring and seeing the sights. We're not familiar with this area.
Be careful. To the east, Rust Brothers. We sacked their city, their village. We destroyed it. Eldog the Ravager is great. He will liberate all of us. Yes. We have killed so many Rust Brothers over these few weeks. Yes, piles of them. But no, if you leave the forest that way, that's where the Rust Brothers are.
That's good to know. Thank you.
Up north, Roca. Right on the border of our lands they are now.
Is there any way that we can let any other Roca that we encounter know that we are friends of the Roca, or sorry, friends of the Azir, and not against the Roca?
Say that again. I'm not sure the Easy Warrior understood.
Is there any way that we can get like an insignia or
Is there a
some
way?
that?
Yeah, is there a way to let the Azir know that we have fought with them against the Roca?
Oh, right. Here. Writing words is not really what I do.
But I have this. And he pulls out a couple of snake fangs that he has. Gives it to one of you.
Probably, Big, why don't you hold those? If we run into anybody, you're probably best to do the talking.
See,
Yeah,
that
so-
Daguk gave you this.
I'll take that with honor.
Oh, question. Do the Roca have any sort of insignia?
Yeah, they have their
I suppose it would also be on the bronze necklace too, right?
yes, it would be indeed. There is in fact a stone obelisk on it.
Playing both sides here.
Yeah, they attacked us, those treacherous bastards. They think they can take over all the orcs when we are the ones doing the fighting. Eldog is on the front lines, not them. They should be listening to him.
What is the name of the Roca chieftain?
Archa. General Archa. He was good once. Respectable. But now, old and weak, they say. Can't control his troops no more. So we'll have to call them a bit.
Well, thank you. We'll be on our way, but we'll make sure to avoid any Roca lands. You said those are to the north, correct?
Aye, north. South is
And
our
ro-
lands. In these forests. And west as well.
And Rust Brothers are to the east.
Aye. That they are. Once you leave the forest, that's Rust Brother lands. True to the south too, but it takes longer for you to get out that way.
So looking like west is our best option.
We can
Let's
keep
just go
going.
that way.
We can still keep going towards Lake Cly. I'm down for some Rust Brothers.
Hey, I'm game. You put it in front of me and I'll kill it.
It's fair. This is Frida.
All right. So yeah, so we will be on our way.
You will indeed. They wish you the best and will continue their patrol. And it's midday. Do you want to stop for food or continue and eat later?
What do you think? Do we want to keep pushing on, or do we want to?
Keep pushing.
All right.
That's another find the path roll, correct?
Say again?
That is another find the path.
Yes, indeed. Who
Find
is?
the way.
Where would you be moving the party?
Let me see.
There you go. Okay. So that's still dark forest there. So you can only move 1 hex for this quarter day, which will end the day, basically. You will get to the evening. But do roll a Found the Path. Who is keeping watch this time?
Probably same as before.
Okay.
Celestial.
I will push that roll actually.
You do that.
I am completely lost.
Celestial will keep watch and see things if they come for you.
Sorry, I got all discombobulated by dealing.
Yes, you did.
With orcs.
Clearly, so that means that it's a mishap for your journey. Lead the way. Do you have access to the table?
Yeah, I should. I think.
You do.
Wait, 1 sec. Core grain macros, journey mishaps. Nope, I can't execute the macro.
Okay. If I change it to owner, is that gonna help you? Does that work?
Let me see.
Otherwise, I'll roll. Easy enough.
No, I still don't have access to the table.
Okay, I'll roll it. We'll figure it out later. Oh, fog! You are caught unawares by a thick fog. The distance you cover this quarter day is decreased by 1 hex. You're stuck in the hex you started, so you don't actually get to the new one. In addition, you suffer 1 point of damage to empathy from the gloomy mist. Yeah, these dark forests are foreboding and not forgiving at all.
Alright, let's make camp and hunt some food, and I'll cook something.
That
Make
can
us all
happen.
feel better.
It would.
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good idea. I will set up camp. Is it better if I set up camp, or is it better if I go hunting?
My survival rolls are shit. I can kill it, but I need you to find it.
Yeah, if you bring back food, she can cook it. That'll bring us all back an empathy point that we lost. So.
It would.
All right. Well, if somebody wants to set up my tent, feel free. Tent gives you a +2 gear bonus for setting a camp.
Celestial can do that. Has some bonus there for survival.
All right,
And
so
I will assist you in hunting, Chris. Frida will go with you. I think we've done that before.
Celestial does make a good camp.
Okay, and I will bring the bear trap as well.
Very good.
And while they're doing this, I'm going to probably take one of those pieces of wood that didn't get used and make more arrows.
Sounds good. That means that you're not going to be watching anything, though. Is Big going to be scouting?
No, I'm going to be a whiny little bitch and set a camp and try and heal myself.
Ah, yes.
At least
Your
speed up
critical
the
injuries.
healing. Yeah.
Yes. Can you heal yourself? That's a good question. You don't. I don't think you need to roll a heal roll for your critical injury because
I'm good with that.
it's not lethal, so there's no bleeding for you to stop.
Just a black eye. Put some ice on it.
Yeah. So the only way to
Do
heal.
you see any ice around?
No, basically you can't use that to fix the critical injury. I don't think.
Peppermint leaves.
Or can you? I have to double check that. You might be able to shorten the time it takes to heal it.
Yeah, I thought I could use
Yeah, I
healing
think that's
to...
the right thing. So critical injuries, broken, healing. If someone manages to heal you during the process of healing a critical injury, the remaining healing time is reduced by half. So yes, it goes down to 3 days instead of 5.
So, would I be able to push that?
No, it doesn't matter. It's an on-off toggle basically.
Okay.
So there you go. You're down to 3 days of healing time. It helps, right? Anything else? So that's your. That doesn't even take a quarter day to fix that though. So you can do other things as well.
Well, if you want, I could try and scout, but it's not going to make much difference.
It might if something bad is coming. Hashtag random encounter tables. You have no idea if something is sneaking up on you. These forests are hard to see through. You basically, it's a wall of trees and bushes. You can see, what,
And fog.
5 yards? And then
Yeah, it's foggy, I'm tiny, and city folk, so
yeah. And yeah, exactly. The shrubberies are too high for you to see across.
You're the best possible scout.
Yep.
Maybe you're so short that the fog is over your head.
You can't push a crafter roll, correct?
Let's see now. It depends on if you can get extra perks for it. And
I think it's an on and off. It either makes it or you don't.
I think so too. Let's see now. Crafting, new items, a lot more time. If the roll is successful, you make the item of the same quality as listed in the equipment list. Additional time. Master crafting. Okay, skilled craftsman can... Okay, so that's... Yeah, so it's an off and on unless you have
Yeah,
talents that gives you bonuses to do things better than normal.
Yeah, well, you didn't succeed at all, though. I think you push.
Yes, this is true. Since you didn't succeed, you can push. You're going to take that damage to your strength, but...
That is
willpower.
perfectly fine. I need willpower.
Yeah. You do succeed. Yep. You now have a D6 wooden-headed arrows, which is better than nothing, as we saw. In the hands of the master, it can kill people.
Oh, the ones I got from the orc, are they wooden or iron?
They're iron,
heads?
definitely.
Okay. So I have a D6 of each.
Yeah.
Once I get back.
Yep.
All right, so I got a success on my hunting check.
You did. Then let's have a look at what kind of prey you find.
Right back.
It is a rabbit. And you have a trap, so...
Yep.
You're going to catch yourself a rabbit. Let's see now. So, success, you find what type... To kill your prey, you must roll again. You're using a trap, so roll survival. Minus... modified by the difficulty of the rabbit, so +1 on your skill check for that.
Okay. So one harder or one easier?
One harder. One easier. You get a +1, so they're easier to trap than...
And Frida is helping me.
Yeah. So that's 2 extra dice. You succeed in trapping the rabbit. You now have 2 meat and 1 pelt.
Okay.
Means that you have, in fact, supper for 2 people who can get empathy back. Given that all of you took empathy damage. I haven't
Rainer, we
recorded
might need you to what's Celestial doing? Celestial's watching?
He set up camp.
Oh,
Yeah, we're tapping.
Yeah.
okay. I was gonna say, because Brainer and Celestial have the foraging talent, but Brainer's fletching.
Yep.
So we traveled.
Oh, my cooking might be able to extend it.
Traveled.
We don't have enough for 2.
Well, you have...
Right, but
Do you
there's
have anything
things
else
in
to
the
cook it with?
cooking talent that lets me extend food.
Yeah, that's the number of food maximum that you can cook, but you need the ingredients
okay.
for it, right? So if you have more foodstuffs like vegetables or more meat or...
Can I take some of my rations and
That's an interesting question. I mean, logically one should be able to, but I don't think
chop them up and throw them into the stew too?
No, trust me, as a cook, you do not want to do that. No.
hardtack
And
and dried fruit.
honestly, just go ahead and cook with what you got. Some of us take an empathy, but some of us actually need full heal on top of that.
Hmm.
Like, for example, I can just eat my rations and heal my empathy that way.
Don't forget as well. You're probably gonna have to cook it in the morning because we traveled,
Yeah, no,
hunted
you
and
can't cook
everything.
now.
Yeah, we'd have to cook it in the morning.
Yeah, you have to cook it in the morning. So
Yeah.
everybody has to eat something. So it's gonna be your rations again. I'll roll for Celestial. Eat and drink. He's fine. No, that was yeah, he's fine. Big is fine. Joshua, you Brenner
Yeah,
is
I just
not
went
fine.
from D10s to D8s.
Yeah. Now, Jess, you are again hungry. Very hungry, so you will have to roll twice. On each. So, still have water, but you need to roll another food as well. You're just wolfing it down, literally.
I failed, so I go down a dice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Okay. So you still have some food there, but you are clearly eating more than everyone else. Just like before. Wolfing it down. Who is going to take watch during the night?
I don't think we have anybody.
Frida can do it, and can I watch and cook?
No.
No.
No. Okay.
I can watch overnight if I can get the tool. Because I'm the only one that actually doesn't need to do anything tomorrow. For example, Frida needs to cook. Probably first thing in the morning.
Right. While you're watching, because you can rest and harvest at the same time, can't you?
It's considered resting for me, but it's not the same thing as scouting.
Okay.
Yeah, no, if you're doing that, you don't get to sleep, so you will be sleepy in the next day.
Right. So that's what I'm saying is if we're going to stay and stop for food anyways, or you're going to cook first thing in the morning, then I can just sleep when you're cooking.
Oh, I can do it too, though.
So, yeah, Brenner is going to keep watch overnight.
Okay.
Okay. Celestial will then regain a point of empathy for the gloom of the fog. So anyone who's sleeping regains that point of empathy. If you're choosing that track, I remember that someone else might be damaged somewhere.
I'm damaging like everything.
So pick one of the tracks.
Yeah.
This is where it's very good to be an elf, because you just heal everything. But no one else, no other kin have such strong healing flesh, if you will, regenerative body.
That was a rough night.
Is Brennar gonna roll for scouting? Yes, he did. And nothing indeed does accost you this night. It's a quiet night. You're sitting there by the fire. It's letting off some sparks. It's not as cold anymore because you're down and now in the forest, so that chill of the mountains is not with you anymore. Spring in the forest, you know, it can get down to freezing temperatures for sure still at this time of year.
Let me use your tent. I'll let you use my winter blanket.
Yeah. I mean, you have a fire, so there's no. This is not an area where you're at risk, or a season where you're at risk for freezing. So, this is not the Bitter Reach. Much nicer and warmer here. And the sun comes in the morning with its pink and orange shades over the horizon. And so we talk about a new quarter day. What are your intentions for this morning?
Well, if Frida's going to cook in the
Rabbit.
morning, and Braynar needs to sleep. I can go see if I can find us some more food to at least bring with us.
Let's see now. We're now on the 32nd of spring rice. Because yesterday was the 31st.
And I will leave the pelt for Brainard to prepare when he wakes up.
So, say again what Soren was going to do what again?
I'm going to go hunting.
Yep, and Brainard's going to prepare things, and Frida's going to cook.
No, Brainard's gonna sleep, and Frida's gonna leave him the pelt from the rabbit after she's done cooking to prepare later.
Okay.
So what's the consequence of sleepy again?
You heal one of your damage tracks.
No, sleepy if I don't sleep.
If you don't sleep, sleepy. That means that you will take another point of damage to your, I think it's wits? Let's see now. Conditions. Sleepy. You cannot recover wits except through magic. If your wits are broken while sleepy, you must sleep for at least 1/4 day to get back up again. You take 1 point of damage to your wits each day. If this damage breaks your wit, you collapse and sleep for at least 1/4 day. As soon as you've slept for at least a quarter day, you're no longer sleepy, and you can recover. So basically, right now you've taken 1 point of damage to your wits, and that's where you're at.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I'm going to prepare the pelt instead.
Okay.
Tanner.
You are sleepy indeed.
I'm sure it can wait a quarter day.
It's fine. This is fine. Rainer can do this.
Celestial can keep watch for you guys if you want. It's not doing anything else. What do you want to do, Big? Out in the wild.
Yeah, I'm gonna... I don't know, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna relax.
Hey, you can take another... Do you have anything else that you need to heal up? I don't think so.
I think I'm still down in empathy, but I'm hoping for a good, rabbit stew or something.
Well, if you rest for... Yeah, I mean, if you rest for a quarter day, you'll have that empathy back up again.
Yeah, I'll just do that.
Alright. Celestial is good at the whole scouting thing. And that's probably a good thing in this case. Let's see now.
And I've gone off to go hunting.
Yep. Where did I go?
And that's me turning the rabbit into a pelt.
Yeah. So, it happens close to the camp almost imperceptibly. At first, all sounds die down, and the only thing that can be heard is your own small task. Your own small tasks that you're working with, the chipping away with a knife over wood, the knife over the pelt to clean it. Frida's work there with the cooking. And then you get the feeling that the hair on the backs of your necks rise up. It's like the air is filled with some strange energy. And then you see it. The crimson mist slowly flowing above the ground towards you. You have spotted it in time, so you can move out of the way. By climbing a tree or something like that.
Is that just a move roll?
Yep.
Okay.
If I'm sleeping, do I wake up?
This is true. Yes. This is why the lookout was important. Celestial will call people's attention. And,
Okay, good.
yeah. Celestial climbs up a tree.
Am I at the camp for this, or?
No. Not at the moment,
Okay.
no. Yeah, Frida has climbed up a tree as well. What happens with Big? You climb up a tree. Everyone except Brennar has climbed up a tree.
And I'm going to try and push that.
Yes, feel free to. You succeeded.
It hurts, but I did it.
Yep. You manage to get away. You climb all of you up, and you can see this red mist, the blood mist. You will all remember the color of this, that moves into the camp area and lies there for a while. And you're stuck up that tree right now.
How the fuck are we gonna get out of this one now?
Well, you're lucky because you made your move rolls, and there's a slight wind. And before Soren comes back, the slight wind carries the blood mist away, and it starts crawling further through the bushes and up along the slopes from whence you came. None of you were ever engulfed in it this time.
Well, fuck. You think that's from that gate opening that they were talking about?
No, it's probably just remnants.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that fucking sucks.
Yeah, unfortunately your rest is interrupted, Big, so you don't actually get any benefit from it.
Womp.
Yep. That jolt of adrenaline crawling up the tree to get away from that blood mist.
Yeah, I don't exactly sleep well in the tree. Sorry.
Yeah, and you stuck up there for I'm sure a couple of hours or so until Soren gets back and it's noon. Meanwhile, Soren will roll hunting roll, unless you did.
Yeah,
already.
I got one success.
Oh, you got one success. Okay, then I will see what kind of prey you get. A crow.
Alright. I will bring down said crow.
You do need to use a weapon for it. You can't use a trap for it. So.
Yep, I got a sharp bow.
Yep. You succeed. You have caught a crow. That's one more meat for you.
I will just use the wooden arrows for this.
Yeah. Seems
Excellent.
like.
I'm pretty sure my stew's not finished. So.
Yeah. It got interrupted for sure. All your work were interrupted by this blood mist, including your working on those arrows or the pelts there, Brenner.
So I come back and everybody's like still up in trees. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
The blood mist showed up.
Sure.
We like the treehouse, okay?
You get anything bigger this time?
Yeah, that's about the same size, really.
Alright.
Hang on to the arrow, the feathers we can use them for fletching.
Yeah, I will.
Alright, so are we ready to go, or are you hanging around here still?
We may want to hang around here still. We've been up in the trees for a couple hours.
A couple hours?
I told you, the fucking blood mist showed up. I'm not great. I know you think I'm insane, Soren, but I'm not.
I'm gonna like sniff Frida's stew. See, maybe she used the wrong mushrooms.
I took some mushrooms from the caves.
It's not entirely unheard of that little wisps of blood mist are still lingering in the lands. It's not like it was 5 years ago, but yeah, you can happen upon blood mist every once in a while.
Alright, so we're staying here till tomorrow then.
Does it look any better?
Looks like it. So Frida will continue her stew, and I will throw the crow in with the rabbit. So now it is chicken and rabbit.
Yep. That's gonna be nice. It's gonna be a nice stew, I'm sure. So you have what was it? 2 for the rabbit, 1 for the crow.
Mm-hmm.
That's 3 meat now. Three people can eat from this stew. I think maybe Big will wanna, because she didn't get the chance to actually recover that empathy after all.
As unappetizing as it sounds, I do want some.
When
Can
Frida
anybody?
doesn't,
get me some vegetables?
When
Yeah, I'll
Frida
go
does
take
it,
a look and see what I can find.
Doesn't Celestial have that talent too?
They're scouting that.
Foresting talent?
nope,
Oh, I thought Celestial did too.
no.
You guys just stay here in case the blood mist comes back, and I'll go see what I can grab.
But I mean,
Considering how many times I've saved your ass, I'm really tired of being treated like I'm insane.
Celestial can forage.
For precisely
I-
0, Frida, because I don't
I
get in
can-
the front line.
I can forage if you's like, Rainer says sleepily.
Why don't you get some
No,
rest?
you go take a nap.
I'm not taking a nap.
Go take a nap.
Listen, Mom Wolf, go cook your food.
Don't make me roar at you. I will roar at you.
I'm literally the best forager here.
This is true. He is.
So I'll take Brainard and lead him away, and then we can split up and all hunt and he can forage.
Yep.
There you go.
Who's gonna keep watch? Celestial again? Always Celestial.
So why don't we pay him the big bucks?
Yep.
That's literally his job.
This time, he will not see what's coming. Unless he pushes, which he can.
Yeah.
Should he?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't... Oh, wait, that's the push. There we go. Yeah, he succeeds. And is really in pain from that.
For his scouting, there's 6 white dice?
Yeah, he's very smart.
Wow.
Shouldn't he have the telescope too, though?
Yeah,
Not in the dark
two.
forest. He can't see very far with it.
Okay.
But yeah, he gets himself 3 new willpower points for that, and takes 3 points of damage to his wits. He is just so discombobulated by this orcish forest, which is nothing at all like the Dankwood, which is an elvish forest. Is that a good explanation? I don't
Different trees.
know. Different trees, clearly. But nothing bad shall befall you without him seeing it, at least.
I find nothing
That's
we
correct.
gained out here.
I managed to find 1 vegetable.
And you are
and I'm
now so... No.
broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're not broken yet. You still have
Very
it.
close.
Yeah. Your wits there is in pain. You
So,
are tired,
question
you
about
can't
the
think straight.
difference between resting versus sleep.
Yeah.
Because technically me foraging counts as resting.
That it does, and when you do rest, you do regain 1 track. So you foraging counts as resting, and that means you have recovery from damage from 1 of your tracks.
Hey. Yeah, that's
Could
the
it be
question. Am I
wits?
still sleepy?
No, it doesn't count towards sleepy.
Okay, so I'm gonna recover all my wits track. And just
you
like that,
can't
sleepy
recover-
doesn't matter.
Because you're sleepy, you can't
Oh.
recover wits. You have to recover something else, like your empathy, for instance.
Yeah, empathy. Actually, no,
Or
she's
agility.
cooking, so I'll do agility.
Yeah, because you did hurt yourself climbing up that tree.
Damn branch.
Yeah. So only magically can you recover your wits right now, because you're sleepy. That's the afternoon then. I need to remember to move the tracker forward. Evening time. You don't need to make camp this time. Your food should be done. Nothing happened
Yes.
in the afternoon, by the way.
I threw the vegetables in at the last minute. And
Yeah.
it was like an
that's-
onion or something, so it cooked
That's
fast.
now 4 food. I guess everyone except Frida eats from the stew.
Sorry,
Frida will eat from the stew.
Okay, so Frida will eat from the
Celestial's
stew.
not here. He
She
can
regains her empathy.
Soren will just eat the rations.
Okay, Frida, you are still hungry though, and thirsty like before.
Okay, so
you
I
need
will
an
only
extra-
eat 1 ration this time.
Yes.
This has got to be the sword.
Night, love you.
Well, you succeed. Except with the water.
Down a dice on water.
Yep.
Okay. So, can somebody tell me why I'm so fucking hungry all the time?
Because you have an evil cursed sword that's making you do things and affecting your behavior.
It's
That
not
would be
evil.
my guess too.
I think, as much as the Wiggity is, I think probably Soren's right.
I mean, my bow's not magical except in my hands, but it doesn't make me do things I don't want to.
The sword does not make me do things I do not want to do.
Then just leave it here.
Well, we can't
We
leave
need
here.
it for the gate thingy.
Frodo, I think the rowing is
I
starting
will
to
actually
affect you.
correct myself. You ate fresh food, so you only had to roll for the water, which still had the same effect. So,
Right.
but you didn't have to roll for the food this time. So I'll correct
Okay.
myself on that. Still, lore. Yeah, no, yeah. You're sitting there, head almost falling. What do you mean? No. I've never heard of it. That's
I
about
want to
it.
see if Frida knows anything. And I need more willpower.
Yeah.
The sword is very clearly affecting your behavior.
I'm gonna push
Yeah.
it because I can. Shut up.
This is not something you've ever heard of. Okay, you got a willpower. Everyone is trying to. That's enough. We had 2 people, and that's okay. One
Good
person
shot.
takes points normally, so that's how it goes.
I wanted willpower.
Yeah, I know. I was kind enough, I guess, but there we go. I guess Celestial will be keeping watch in the evening as well. Done a good
Celestial
job so
does
far.
all the work.
And
Well, I will. It's
gonna be fine.
I will sleep for the 3rd quarter day, and then I can keep watch at the last part.
sounds good. Yeah, because Celestial will need to sleep in the night to recover those wits points. And I think Brennar will too, because he is super tired now.
Take a nap, Brainer.
So, question. Do I get rid of Sleepy and heal wits? Or do I
Yes.
only get rid of Sleepy and I have to wait another night to get rid of my wits?
No, I think you get both done. Let's have a look at that again, because that's a good question there. As soon as you have slept for at least a quarter day, you are no longer sleepy and you can recover wits normally. Okay, so you're just no longer sleepy. That's what it says.
Yep, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
So your wits are still low. But next time when you forage, you will recover them, because now it counts as...
Yeah. Just can't forage from the same square.
Exactly. So I guess Soren will roll for keeping watch then.
Yeah.
We'll be to the 33rd of Spring Rise with the
And
next
I'll-
morning.
I'll see if I can borrow the telescope. Oh, it doesn't work yet. Never mind.
It's pretty deep forest. Yeah, it worked anyway for you. If anything bad comes, you will be able to alert anyone. But again, you're left alone. The forest seems quiet. Animals do their business. Squirrels run. Foxes shout somewhere in the distance.
We should probably try to get into some more open forest.
You can hear deer calling as well. And birds doing their thing in the night. An owl somewhere.
I will have some breakfast.
Yep. It's early morning of Spring Rise 33rd. Everyone is having breakfast? Let's do it. Oh, look at that.
Am I double rolling again?
Yes, because you're rolling, in fact. Celestial is down 1 die.
Fuck.
Well, succeeded the second time. That's good.
Fuck.
Ah, you're running out of water, aren't you?
I'm running out of everything. I'm down to
D6s, I guess.
no D8s. I had D12s on my
Oh,
sheet.
good. Well, that's then you still have some. So, are you going to move anywhere this morning?
We're gonna try. We're gonna see if that fog is burnt off.
Yes, it seems to be, but we'll see if that is in fact the case. As Soren leads the way. It is indeed. So where are you going this time? The same hex that you tried to get into? There you go.
Yep.
And I will... There you go. No, sorry. That was not what I intended to do. There we go. So, a new hex. And now you are in fact... No, you're still in the Dark Forest there. I guess Celestial is...
He is our designated scout.
Yes. Doing his thing. Oh wait, I should have healed his wits, because he was sleeping in the night. Sorry about that. Okay, I'll roll that again. There we go. That was a good thing that I healed his wits. Yeah, so you're moving through the dark Arina Forest down towards the plains, and you will, by the end of this morning shift, be able to see how the forest gets ever more space between the trees, ever farther you can see. And so far, no orc has accosted you. And indeed, you are not troubled by anyone. Maybe this area is calmer than you expected it to be. So far, it is noon. On the 33rd of Springrise. It's only 12 days left of this month.
Do we want to push on to try and get into the plains, get out of the forest?
You can in fact move 2 hexes in the second quarter day because it's now open terrain. And even you have horses, so you can move 3.
That would be enough to get us to the lake.
It would. If you're moving through the along the edge of the forest, if you go straight northeast, you're still in Dark Forest and only get 1 hex. So you can get either there or to there, if you want to follow the edge there and go up towards the lake.
Yeah, we want to head towards the lake. That's what Brainerd mentioned. So.
All right.
Yeah, so if we come down here and then follow this way.
Yeah, and then you go up there. But that's
Yeah.
one... oh, yeah, that's a river
That's still
there.
only 3 hexes.
There's a river there, as you can see, so you'd have to be able to cross it in some fashion. And then there's marshlands afterwards, which is rough terrain.
Again?
So, yeah.
Okay.
So
Forest.
I'm guessing you're going to go up here. Or? If you want to make maximum speed with the horses towards the lake.
Okay.
So now Soren will be busy.
Okay.
And I'll mark that we are in fact in the afternoon. Yeah, first step is fine. But is there something waiting for you here?
Open terrain.
That's the question. Have I rolled for Celestial? I have not. Nothing can come on you. And nothing does. This is quiet and peaceful countryside at this point. Again, just animals moving about, the cries of birds, the ruffles of squirrels and deer. So you can take another step and lead the way there, Soren.
Right. I will push that roll.
Oh, all right, yes. Yeah, that's you lead the way without mishap.
All right. Momentarily confused as wide open spaces. moving a little bit faster than I'm used to.
But you do get up there, right? That's where you were heading?
Yes.
And it's been a while since you were, in fact, riding again. And you're not even used to that, because you only spent like 1 day on a horse before. So maybe that's the confusing part. Moving on horseback. And... Oh. Interesting. Let's have a look. We'll see if something might befall you. These are, after all, cursed lands.
I thought we killed all the things cursing these lands. It's fine. My soul is thirsty.
You can see far, and now, in fact, I should have given Celestial his gear bonus for the looking glass again, but it doesn't matter. He succeeded. You can see you're riding there and coming upon someone who's walking ahead of you, and you can hear it's gentle sloping hills, still trees that block your view every once in a while. So you get close enough to hear this person, but this person hasn't seen you yet. It's a deep guttural voice. Toil and trouble, trouble and toil. And then you see a large, muscular ogre, and he's dragging a sack, and something inside the sack is kicking and causing the ogre to bash the sack. And then the movement stops. Shut up, you, I said.
I just look at the rest of the party. Please, please, please.
Yeah, I would actually, before she even did that, I would probably go into action because somebody's in need. So.
Ah, yes. And right now, it's 10 to 11. So I think we'll have to explore that action next session. Very interesting indeed. We'll see how that goes. You haven't fought an ogre before, have you?
Once.
I think we have once.
Oh, yeah, once. But
And
then
survived
again, Big is someone who speaks very eloquently, and maybe you don't have to fight it, because there might be insults coming this way, and a sharp tongue being effectively used. Yes, we will see how that encounter works out. It is now the afternoon. We have to remember next time that you have 1 hex left to travel if this encounter goes without a hitch before the day is over. But that's a very good place to end this session, everyone.
You mean before the day is over?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you want to be able to set up camp and all that stuff, right? So that's, I think that's it for session 19. I don't have an epilogue for you tonight, but I think I'm gonna have to have something for you next night, because there's a lot of days that you have used now, more than I thought. I have a feeling that our shadow players will be up to shenanigans in the meantime, given the timelines and things that are happening behind the scenes. Oh yes,
The queen
Faction
will have
leaders know
words.
things and have taken note of what has transpired. And yes, I can say that the current little kerfuffle between Aesir and Roka is in fact a direct result of what's happening behind the scenes. They are doing things. They're affecting things, for sure. So that's just so you know that what happens on the Discord has an effect on your life as well. Thought you might
Excellent.
like that. Just a peek behind the screen, if you will. I'm not always going to tell you what has happened that has been a result of shadow play, but sometimes, just give you a teaser, just to let you know that there are things that are happening, and it will affect your life as well. So, with that, call it a night, and see you hopefully in 2 weeks again.
Right,
Alrighty.
folks. See ya.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks,
Take care.
everyone.
Have a good
Thanks
night.
for watching.